Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are asking the question, what is an espresso roast? A lot of people ask this question at the cafe where I work, and they are often confused about the word espresso on a bag of beans. Most of the time they aren't sure if they can use these beans for other things like pour-overs or pots of coffee. So what's the answer? The start of all this begins when a roaster decides that the green beans they have are going to taste best as an espresso. This decision is often made when the roaster has taken a few samples of the coffee and tasted them in different brewing methods. When they find out that making it as an espresso is going to bring out the most from their coffee, they take the rest of their green beans and begin to roast with espresso in mind. What this generally means for the roasting process is that they're going to roast a little bit darker than they would if it was for filter coffee. And there are a few reasons for this. The first is that a huge number of espresso shots are going to be put into milk beverages. When you want to create complementary tastes, a darker roasted coffee that has more caramelized notes and some smoky undertones is going to pair better with the milk than a lighter roasted coffee that usually has more acidity. And even if there is some bitterness from the darker roast, the sugars in the milk are usually enough to balance out the taste. The second reason we would make the roast a little bit darker is because of how extraction is affected by different roasts. As you roast a coffee bean, gases begin to build inside the cells. This causes the bean to stretch and grow. This process causes the bean to become more brittle and more porous the more it's roasted. This is really important because the more porous the beans are, the easier it will be for the water during extraction to get inside the cells and pull out those flavors and aromatics. This also means that with a darker roast, you can use less water to get the job done. Now think for a moment about espresso. It doesn't use that much water, at least not nearly as much as a pour-over or a pot of coffee. And with such a short brewing time, we need to ensure that we are using coffee that is as easy to extract as possible. And as I've just explained, a darker roast is going to help us do that because of its more porous nature. But getting back to the main question, when we look at the industry experts, it seems that their only real suggestion is this slightly darker roasting. And at the end of the day, there really isn't that much of a difference between a bag that says espresso and a bag that says filter. So you can certainly use these beans for other things, like a pour-over, an AeroPress, and if you brew espresso at home, it goes both ways. You can use beans in your espresso machine that say filter. It doesn't have to say espresso. Coffee is meant to be enjoyed how you want to enjoy it. So don't let the word espresso turn you away. There are so many beautiful medium roasted coffees in this category that any roaster would be pleased to hear that you are experimenting and engaging with their product and their work, no matter how you decide to brew it. That's it for this video. If you have any questions that you want answered, let me know in the comments below. I plan on making more videos like this where I dive deep into the questions that matter to you. Please consider subscribing, and I hope that we can continue to learn together. Have a great day.